Hello everyone, good afternoon, and welcome to the Hardcore UFC, where today we're going to be previewing Manchester United playing against Wolves after tomorrow, and it's great to have the Premier League back where we're playing every twice a week. Sometimes it's going to be 3 times a week soon, but here we got the lineup for you. It's what I would predict is going to be the lineup. I think we're going to have the Gea at goal, which is like normally we do, and Martinez, we have seen him back at training yesterday, so I do. There was training session yesterday, and I do assume there's going to be a training session tomorrow as well. So Varane came back after one training session, so I don't see any reason why Martinez can't. And I'm not. Maguire. I think should be back. Should be feeling well again because last week, the last game against Nottingham Forest, he was ill, but he played what a good 10 minutes at the end. I think Lindelof will be back. I think we're going to have nearly a full squad. Now I don't think Darrow is going to be back. I think he should be back by the Bournemouth game. And apart from that, we got Fred McTominay. Yeah, we got everyone but Sancho. I don't know what's been going on with Sancho. I thought he's going to be back 100% for the Nottingham Forest game, but he doesn't. It doesn't look like he's going to be back for the Wolves game. I don't even think he might be back for the Bournemouth. I think he might be back after what's after Bournemouth. The game after Bournemouth, I think it's Everton. And to be honest, I think if he comes back the game after Bournemouth, Jadon Sancho would be good for him because there's gonna be a FA Cup and one Carabao Cup. He can get himself some game time and get himself back fit in those games whilst after it, there's gonna be much important games that he can get himself game time. And yeah, so at left back I'd have Luke Shaw and I'd have Malacia. I was thinking of putting Wan-Bissaka as right back, but then I said it's probably if he was going to play, it's going to be his last game, and there's no point really playing him. Let's give someone like Malacia some more game time because he's part of the plans, he's part of the future, whilst Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not part of the future. And I think Malacia is going to get himself some extra game time against in the two FA Cup and Carabao Cup games. So I was thinking about putting Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, but then I said, you know what, screw Luke. Wan-Bissaka. There's no reason for him to be playing that game since he's not even going to be part of United anymore. The midfield, pretty obvious, really. Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno. I think we've been playing very well. I think there should be a point where we rest our midfield because they've been playing a lot of games, and there's going to be some very important games coming up, like against City, against Arsenal, games that we're more desperately to win. So I think we play them against Wolves, against Bournemouth, rest them, against Everton, rest them, against Charlton, the Carabao Cup, give them probably a good 45 minutes, and then we can get into the City game and Arsenal game. And between the City and Arsenal game, I do assume we have another Carabao Cup game coming, or an FA Cup. I'm not really sure. It's one of them coming in between them. So there is going to be a lot of games, and it doesn't look like we're going to be buying any striker anytime soon because we have been linked to some Joao Felix, Thuram, Memphis Depay, but we haven't really been close to any deal or negotiating for any deal. And for the front line, like the last game, Rashford, Martial, Anthony. I think Rashford's on form, so we have to play him. Martial, he didn't have a great game, but it's all about getting him fit. So he did play alright, but he could do better. I think just he needs more game time, then he could play better because he hasn't been playing much, even because he hasn't even been gone to the World Cup like the other players have. And Anthony played great against the Nottingham Forest game. He didn't play good against the Burnley game, but I think we shouldn't do what we done with Jadon Sancho. When we bought him, we've started him for the first couple of games and started giving him 5-10 minutes, and then didn't play him really much. But I think what we should have done with Sancho was put him straight into the team, start 5, 6, 7, maybe have more games in a row. So it's faster for him, takes him less time to get used to the team. And I think that's exactly what we should be doing with Anthony. But even if we didn't want to do that with Anthony, we don't really have a replacement. We have Garnacho, which I do think we should give him a good half an hour at the end, and Elanga, which has been linked to a loan Everton. I wouldn't do it yet because we are at this moment we are short up front. So if we put Elanga, then we put right at this if we give it put Elanga goes on loan, we only have Garnacho sitting on the bench as a forward, from the forward. Yeah, what's my prediction? The score would probably be against Wolves. Now let's not forget they beat Everton away. Beating Everton away is not that easy, but again, it's the manager's first game, and normally whenever it's the manager's first game, they always have a good game, like we did when we had first Ralph Ragnick, like Aston Villa had when Unai Emery first came. They beat us 3-1. I think we can win it, but I don't think it's gonna be an easy win. I'm gonna predict 2-1. The last time I predicted it wasn't gonna be an easy win against Burnley because they were playing really good. Well, it kind of was an easy win, but this one I think it's gonna be 2-1. Probably the man of the match will be Casemiro again. I mean, Casemiro's been playing world class. The best, I was gonna say arguably the best CDM in the world right now. He is that. There's no competition with him. Thomas Partey isn't as good as him. Rodri isn't as good as him. Kante is not even playing. I can't think any CDM in the back of my mind that's really. He's one of the best midfielders at this moment in time because he was involved in two of our goals against Nottingham Forest. He assisted one and made a tackle for one, and the third one was from a set piece from the corner, which I think was very clever from Ericsson and Rashford to link up and make that very good goal. Yeah, man of the match Casemiro. I think Casemiro after this game needs to get rested for the Bournemouth and Everton game because it's the game we can't afford to get him injured. If we don't have Casemiro in the team, then we don't stand a chance against City. I think if we have Casemiro, then we do stand a chance against City. We can get a result. And the reason why I wouldn't bench any of the players that will be playing against City and Arsenal against the Charlton game in the Carabao Cup before those two games, because if we rest them for 2 games, then we rest them for Charlton game. That means how much games have we rested them in a row? What 10 days? 40. They haven't kicked the ball for United for 14 days before they play against Man City. And the last time that happened when we played against City, we got beat 6-3, and they haven't kicked the ball for United for 14 days because of international duty. But right now, this one, I think if we give them Charlton, I don't think it's a risk of any injury since. Let's be honest, Charlton are a League One team. It's not going to be the hardest of games for us to win. But we'll be previewing that and talking about it when it's going to be the game against Charlton. But now, yeah, that's the end of the video. I need to go. I want to make some cinnamon rolls because, you know what, I feel like eating cinnamon rolls, and we have butter right now because I couldn't make in the morning because we didn't have any butter. So, peace out. See you guys later.